Hi, I'm Emmanuel and welcome to my playthrough of the Lost Ruins of Arnak. This is the final chapter of the solo playthrough. This is chapter 4. I do have a correction from the rewards for chapter 4. The wording wasn't clear when I read it, but it said if I achieved the main goal, which was to get an 11-point tile, and I did one of the bonus achievements, I would get to keep this card. So I do not get to keep this card. All I will start with is with my extra worker over there, and everything else, I don't get any of the other bonuses. So that sucks, but we're ready to go and start chapter 4 right here. So here is the intro. Now, rewards. We don't get any of these rewards. And we've taken out the start chart. That is out of the game for the rest of the game. And we've taken out these cards, which you will see over there. And it says place the crashed airplane over there and put it face down. It's not available until turn 2. We're not covering any of these spaces down here with these tokens. They are all available on turn 1. And our journal starts on turn 3, and we put markers on 2, 6, and 8 with the timer on row 4. Also, for the temple, we put the three artifacts over there: the crystal earring, the guardian's crown, and the obsidian earring. And there's 2 2-point tiles there, 3 in the middle one, and 2 on the rightmost one. And to get the card, we have to collect all of the tiles on there. We have an indicator here to say that at the end of round 1, this one will be flooded. And we start with 4 gold and 1 compass right there. Moving on. Flooding. To win this chapter, first of all, we need to safely reach the temple and gain all 3 artifacts. Flooding. The water level will rise over the course of the game, and flooding rules will automatically appear at the end of each round. You can also display them at any time in the rules section. If at any time your magnifying glass is on a flooded space, we lose the game. So we have to stay ahead of this marker. So in turn 1, we have to get at least to the 2nd row. At the end of round 1, this space becomes available, and it'll become a camping space just like these spaces down here. And whenever we discover a new site, we draw 2 tiles and draw 1 and pick the best, and the other one goes to the bottom of the deck, just like in chapter 1. Whenever the rival cannot place a worker on the board, then they will get a gold coin, which is going to be worth 1 point for each gold coin at the end of the game. Exceptionally, this game, we will have this one on level 3. Standard rules apply, so we can't move the journal until we've passed the journal with our magnifying glass. However, and also the journal is able to get all the way to the top row in this game as well. When we take all of the tokens off of one of these cards, it is immediately played as if we purchased it. And once we have claimed all 3 artifacts, we can continue buying the silver and the gold tiles as per normal rules. At any time as a free action, we can cash in one of our 2-point brown tiles over there for a compass. So let's get going. And we'll draw our hand of 5 cards. And we get 2 fear cards, 2 exploration cards, and a funding card. Now the rival begins, so let's go with the rival, and the rival buys this card right here. It's the only one. And over to us. Now, let's see now. Let's see, to go up here, we have to calculate to go up 2 spaces this round. So, let's see, I can get a gem over here to go over here, but I can't get a second gem, and I don't think there's a way to get 2 arrows. I mean, we can't go here. We only have 2 workers. So if I go here, if I go to this space, we can definitely go here. but we would still need an arrow and a compass, which we can get from our hand. So I think the best route is to come up this way. So let's get started. We're going to go ahead and send a boot, send over here to the 2 tablet space. So we get our 2 tablets. Immediately tap this to get rid of this fear card. And now it is over to the rival. And the rival will go to the gold space. Back over to us. We're going to go ahead and research. We're going to go ahead and research, and we are going to get 1 gold at the price of 1 compass and 2 tablets. The rival goes next. The rival cannot defeat a monster, so they go up the track and they go up. They're following us on this right side track. Back over to us. We need an arrow, so let's go ahead and come over here with the boots over here, and we are going to go get an arrowhead. What's this arrowhead doing here? I think I made a mistake. Yeah, I think this was probably from last game and I missed it in my reset. So there we go. We got our arrowhead. And it goes back to the rival. And they go to a compass site, which is this one over here. Back over to us. We are going to spend 1 of these, plus 1 of these, plus 1 of these arrowheads to move up to this site over here. We're going to get 2 gold. And we get to draw a card as well. So we get 2 gold. And we draw a card, which we know what it was because that's the last card over here. And it goes back to the rival. The rival buys the least expensive item on the left, which will be this one here, the journal. These all slide down. Back to us. All of our workers are down. We can't get anything anymore here, and we have the gold, these over here. So let's go ahead and cash those in. So that's 2 gold and 1 compass. And let's see what we want to do. I like the revolver. It allows us to spend 1 compass to defeat a guardian. I also like this 2-point card over here that says we can activate any tent site, which is very handy as well. So let's go ahead and buy the revolver for 4 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4. The revolver goes on the bottom of our deck. And then the rival goes. They go to an arrow space. Luckily for me, the second space is open for this round, so the rival goes there. Back over to us. We are going to spend 3 gold for that lantern. This one here. This goes on the bottom of our deck. And it goes back to the rival. The rival comes in, explores. They're going to go to the right. And they're getting rid of one of these followers. There's a helper over here. There's 2 over there. So these all have 3. And he's going to get rid of the rightmost one, which will be this one right there. Back over to us. Now, there is one worth 1 gold over there. It says it's a double car, and it's place a worker with a discount of 2 boots, which will allow us to come over here, actually. You know what? Let's buy it. We're going to pay 1 to get this one over here. These all slide down. Back over to the rival. Oops. The rival goes to a tablet site. Back over to us. I think we're done. We have to pass. Back over to the rival. They get to explore a site, the rightmost bottom site, and they get a guardian. So it's this one here with the gold token, which gives them 3 points at the end of the game. They're going to get this tile here and this guardian here. And we've passed, so let's finish their turn. They are going to a gem site, which is this one over here. And I forgot to put the guy down over here. And that, my friends, is the end of turn 1. So let's look at the flooding rules over here. It says, end of round 1, Flip over 3 tiles at random and use them to completely block the corresponding tent sites. So first of all, let me go ahead and bring these guys back. We might as well do the round setup. So these guys come back. Might as well tap this one. Shuffle my cards. Put them at the bottom of the deck. We're going to go ahead and move these guys off to prepare for round 2. I normally do this off camera, but for this one, we might as well do that now. And here we go. So randomly here, these have been shuffled. So I'm going to shuffle them over here. There we go. I grabbed this one first, and it is the gem space. And we have the tablet space, and finally the compass space. And then it says, the sites are now flooded and unusable for the remainder of the game. Flood the first row of research tracks by placing this covering the magnifying glass effect, and place the remaining tile beside row 2. This marks that row will be flooded at the end of the round. So we know that this row will be flooded at the end of the round. Place the remaining beside row 2, yeah, and reveal the crashed plane on the double boot site right there. And this counts as a tent site for the various card effects in the scenario. So there we go. That's everything that we did, and we are done with round 1. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, click on my logo over here to subscribe. And here is a video that might be of interest to you, and as well as a playlist of other playthroughs on my channel. Join me tomorrow for turn 2.